Alright, welcome back guys. Today I have another video. I'm going to be teaching you how I personally analyze the charts, and this is a very profitable strategy. That's why I'm sharing it with you. And yeah, let's get straight into it. Let's go. So when I analyze, the first thing I do is open the monthly or the weekly time frame, right? That's just for me to identify the overall trend, you know. So looking at this chart, right, it's clearly in a downtrend, right? But before I say clearly in a downtrend, we have to note what is a downtrend. Like, we have to know what is a downtrend, right? So a downtrend is basically a series of lower lows and lower highs, right? And I'll be focusing on a downtrend in this video because obviously the setup is trending downwards, the pair is trending downwards. So a downtrend is basically something like this, a series of lower lows and lower highs, right? Basically the market will make a low in a downtrend, it will make a low and then it will come back and test that low, right? And every time it does this, it basically gives us more opportunities to sell, right? So in this case, let's say let's say this was current market price, right? We'd be looking to sell the market from this point and to go to the nearest low. So yeah, now I'm just gonna show you, oh come on, please don't mind this. Now I'm just gonna show you a real life example of this. Obviously in the charts it's not gonna look like this because this is clean, and then like you could even plot a trend line here or something. See, this is clean, this is a proper downtrend, but obviously the market is not gonna look like this majority of the time, so you have to work with what you have, right? So let me just remove everything quickly. Oh god. Right. So now I'll be showing you this example in the charts. I mean, as I said again, it won't look as clean as it does in the charts as the example I made, but this is something, you can have something like this, right? So this is a low, and by saying this is a low, I mean this, right? And then here's another example, and then here's another example, and this one has been testing. It has tested 1, 2, 3 times, right? So basically this is the strategy that many profitable traders trade, and I will show you all an example in one of the books I've read. I think I'll just paste it on the screen somewhere so you guys can read quickly. You can pause. So when I analyze, this is what I do, right? So I'll take my horizontal line and I will mark my high, right? My monthly high. And then usually I also mark my monthly low or weekly low, but in this case I won't be doing that because I just want to show y'all how we can be looking for selling opportunities from this point onwards, right? So obviously you're in a downtrend, right? And we have this area of resistance. So cool, let's go down to the weekly time frame and show you what's going on. And I will be showing you examples of this high and low strategy thingy. It's strategy, I guess. And I'm actually in a trade. Here's the first example that I'm seeing. So this is the first example, right? Okay, and it also goes in line with this, so excellent. So I want you to notice how the market, from this point onwards, the market fell and then it came down to retest this point and fell again. So if you're trading this strategy, guys, you must be aware that you know, you must have a distanced stop loss from your entry point, because let's say I sold here and then my stop loss was anywhere close, I would have lost the trade. But I mean, that also sometimes depends on the account size you have, right? So yeah, in this case, forgive me, I like doing this. In this case, we had two selling opportunities. Let me go down to the weekly time frame so you guys can see this. And oh, also, we're not gonna enter in the weekly time frame, so be aware of that too, right? So when I say we had two selling opportunities, I mean we would have had one selling opportunity when the market came here, right? One over here. Let me just change the color. So we would have had one selling opportunity over here and one over here, right? So basically this is the strategy. So what do we look for next? Again, I will put my level over here. Yeah, this is another selling opportunity. And what do I mean by that? Try to pretend everything that's happened from this side onwards hasn't happened yet, right? So the market is somewhere here and it's buying. As soon as it comes here, you sell. So this is a continuation flag. And again, I will show you guys an example in the chart somewhere now. So here's another selling opportunity over here, right? Another selling opportunity. And if you go down to H4, I think you're gonna have a continuation flag again. What does a continuation flag do? If you're confused, it's basically, okay, maybe something like this. A continuation flag is basically something for you as a trader to know that the market price is consolidating and it will continue to push after the consolidation phase. And then now that we've went down to the smaller time frame, we're seeing more and more selling opportunities. This is basically a testament of how effective the strategy really is, and especially in H4. In H4 you can get many selling opportunities. You know, every low just gives us another retest. So okay, here's another one. And then if you're asking yourself, how do I plot these lows? I'll teach you, I think, later on. But okay, let me just dive into it quickly. It's basically like you try to place it on the wicks of the candlesticks and the candlestick bodies themselves. Let's see how many times we would have found entry points for sell, right? Let me open the daily time frame and then go back to H4. Right. So here's the first one, here's the second one, here's the third one, although you might have won or lost depending on your account size. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is another consolidation phase. We know that we're trending downwards, and this is another consolidation phase. Basically created a level of resistance which the market failed to break out of 1, 2, 3 times, right? So let's mark our levels of support. Thank you. So let's mark our levels of support, and then we can identify when we could have found our entry points, right? So this time I actually did take this trade. I did take a sell here. I'll show you guys an example. I go down to H4 and I look for more selling opportunities, right? So, oh, and this is another level where I took a sell. So I marked these lows. And then now I have marked this low right here, and I've taken my sell. So why did I take the sell? Because I went to H1 and I saw this, right? So look at this, right? First of all, I took a sell over here and here, and I closed my trade, I think somewhere here. Now I'm taking another sell over here, and this is even beautiful because if you extend this zone, we have a high here, which shows that this is a strong structure, strong level of structure, whatever we want to call it. It doesn't really matter what you call these things or how you name them, as long as you know what they do, right? So now that price is currently here, I've taken the sell and I am looking to sell up until this up until this point. So that's basically the conclusion of, well, not conclusion, but that's basically how I analyze every single day, right? And in some other videos I'll be adding trend lines so you guys can see how to trade with trend lines. Yeah, this is just a good, this is the best strategy or the only strategy, I don't know, but I do know that banks, hedge funds, and profitable forex traders trade like this, right? So yeah, I hope this video was very informative. I'm looking for sells. I'll also paste a screenshot down below to show you guys that I actually took this trade right now on top of the one I already closed. And hopefully you found this video very informative. And if you want me to add more things to my education, just tell me what you want to learn and I will include that in the next video. So bye for now. This is what I'm looking for in CAD CHF, and see you on the next video. Bye.